Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the properties of compounds and mixtures. In class 9th, these matter around us pure. In the previous class, we have studied about the properties of elements and the classification of elements into metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gas. Today we will discuss about what is compound and what are the different properties of a compound as well as the properties of a mixture. So first of all, what is compound. Compound is a substance which is made up of two or more elements chemically combined in a fixed proportion by mass. So that is called a compound, means when two or more elements they are combined together in a fixed proportion by mass, it is called a compound. Like we can say there are different kinds of compounds like water, H2O. H2O is made of two elements, that is hydrogen as well as oxygen. And the composition of hydrogen and oxygen is 1:8. Means they are hydrogen combines with the oxygen in the ratio 1:8, because we all know that the mass of the hydrogen is 1 and here two atoms of hydrogen are there, so it will be multiplied by 1 into 2 means 2. And the mass of the oxygen is 16, so 16 we have represented here. So how will you calculate that how much mass of the hydrogen combines with the mass of oxygen atom? So here two mass of hydrogen, two atoms are there, that's why, and 16 atoms mass of oxygen they combine together, and when we simplify 2:16 it will be 1:8. So hydrogen combines with oxygen in the ratio 1:8. So that means that the elements which are combining in the compound, they are combined in a particular proportion or fixed proportion by mass. We can also take another example of carbon dioxide. We all know that carbon has mass 12 and oxygen has mass 16. So here two atoms are there, so it will be 16 into 2. So 12:16 to the 32, and if we simplify 12 upon 32, then the answer will be 2 6 is 12 and 2 8 is 16, 2 3 is 6, means 3:8. So that will be the mass of the means carbon will combine with the oxygen in the ratio 3:8. So in this way, in every compound, whether it is sodium chloride or carbon dioxide or water or NH4Cl, in every compound the elements are combining in a definite proportion by mass. That is only the main property of a compound. And if we discuss the characteristics of a compound, so the first main characteristics is that a compound cannot be separated into its components by physical method. Like if we have if we take the example of iron combines with sulfur to form iron sulfide. Means when iron is heated with the sulfur, so when both are heated, then it forms iron sulfide. So what will happen here? The properties or the compound cannot, means the compound which is formed, that is iron sulfide, it cannot be separated into its constituent element, that is iron and sulfur. So every compound, whether it is water also H2O, if we try to separate the constituent element of water, that is hydrogen and oxygen, into different constituents, then what will happen? The hydrogen cannot be easily separated by oxygen from oxygen easily by physical method, but chemical method we can separate it, but it is not possible in every compound. And the main second property of a compound is that the properties of a compound are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. So here just now I have given the example of iron sulfide, iron combined with sulfur to form iron sulfide. So here iron has different property as well as sulfur has different property. So what is the main property of iron? We all know that iron is attracted by the magnet. So when we take the mixture of iron and sulfur in a plate and try to bring the magnet near the mixture, then what will happen? The iron will be attracted by the magnet and sulfur will be left behind. Sulfur will be seen clearly in that mixture. So here we can say that the properties of a compound are entirely different from properties of its constituent element. But here
After the formation of iron and sulfur, when iron and sulfur is heated, it forms iron sulfide. So what will happen here? The iron sulfide will not show the properties of iron and sulfur. Now if we bring the magnet near the iron sulfide, the iron, it means the iron which is present here, constituent element, will not get attracted by the magnet. Means here the properties of a compound has totally changed from its constituent elements. And third main property is energy is either given out or absorbed during the preparation of a compound. So whenever we heat the iron and sulfur, a considerable amount of energy is either it is given out or it is absorbed in that chemical reaction. That is also the main properties of a compound. Now the constants are present in a fixed proportion by mass. So as I told you just now, taken the example of water and carbon dioxide, that hydrogen in water H2O, hydrogen combines with oxygen in a definite proportion, and what is the proportion? That will be the 1:8. So this will be the definite proportion, means we can say they are present in a fixed proportion, and compound has a fixed melting and boiling point. It is also one of the properties of a compound, and it is a homogeneous substance. Why it is a homogeneous substance? Because the constituent elements get totally or thoroughly mixed in that particular compound. Like here iron and sulfur, when it is heated, they get mixed and combined together and they form a homogeneous substance, like alloy also. So these are some of the properties of a compound. Now we come to the mixture. Mixture is totally different from compound, because in mixture what happens, mixture is a substance which consists of two or more elements or compounds not chemically combined together. So as we have seen in the compound, the elements are totally combined together in a definite proportion, but here they are not chemically combined, like salt solution. So all the solution, they are mixture, whether it is a salt solution or sugar solution, milk or sea water. Because in salt solution, the two constant element, the two substances are, one is the salt and another is the water. In the milk also, milk is a mixture of several components. Sea water also, it contains salts in the water. So these are all the mixtures, and mixtures are of two types: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means in which the constituents are completely mixed. Like if we take a glass of water and mix 2 or 3 spoonful of sugar or salt in it, then the particles of the sugar or salt get thoroughly mixed in the water. So that means it is a homogeneous mixture. And like copper sulfate solution also, it is also a homogeneous mixture, because the crystals of copper sulfate get mixed in the water and forms copper sulfate solution, salt solution, sugar solution. They are the example of the homogeneous mixture. Second is the heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture means in which the constituents are not completely mixed, like chalk powder in water, sand in water, because the particles of sand or chalk powder are so big that it cannot thoroughly mix in the water, and they form a heterogeneous mixture. The particles can be seen clearly, so it is called heterogeneous mixture. And if we discuss the properties of a mixture, then the properties of the mixture is totally different from the properties of the compound. In the compound, we have studied that in compound they cannot be separated into constituent element by physical method, but in mixture it can be separated by physical method. Like here I have told the mixture of iron and sulfur, if we take and simply we bring the magnet near the mixture, then what happens? The iron will get attracted by the magnet. So that means here the constituent elements are separated and sulfur will be left. So another properties, the properties of compound are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. But here in this mixture, what happens, the properties of a mixture are not different from those of its means they are entirely, they show different property. Like iron and sulfur, iron shows the magnetic property, but sulfur does not show the magnetic property. And here in the compound, energy is either given out or absorbed during the preparation of compound, whereas in mixture energy is neither given nor absorbed in the
preparation of a mixture.
Another property is that in mixture, in compound, we have studied that they are present in fixed proportion by mass, but in mixture, the constituent elements are not present in a fixed proportion by mass. And another property, a compound has a fixed melting and boiling point, but mixture doesn't have any fixed melting and boiling point. And compound is specially homogeneous in nature. They are homogeneous substance, but mixture they are heterogeneous substance because they are not. Some mixtures are homogeneous also, like salt solution, copper sulfate solution. They are also mixture, but they are totally mixed. The constituent elements are totally mixed in the water. But there are some mixture like here iron and sulfur. Here they are not thoroughly mixed, so they are. In some cases it is homogeneous and some cases it is heterogeneous also. So these are the some of the properties I want to discuss about the compounds and mixture. Thank you.